Hey guys, welcome to the Max Invest YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Rocketpool. Rocketpool is an Ethereum staking as a service provider, and what Rocketpool does is it allows anybody to easily stake their Ethereum in a decentralized manner. Of course, if you don't have that much Ethereum, you can still use Rocketpool. It accommodates to anybody and everybody. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, and remember, nothing in this video is financial advice. Rocketpool came out on November the 9th this year, so it is definitely very new. However, Rocketpool has 52,000 ETH being staked on it, which is $200 million worth. This shows that in just 1 month, Rocketpool has gained a lot of traction, and it's definitely something a lot of people want to use. There are also 552 node operators for Rocketpool. However, we will get into what this means a little bit later into the video. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is why Rocketpool is needed. Essentially, if you want to stake your Ethereum right now, you need to spin up a validator node, and you need to actually start staking it on your own. This is very difficult to do for a lot of individuals, and it also requires 32 ETH. Of course, 32 ETH costs over $100,000, and this is unachievable for the majority of people. Now, the second way that you can stake your Ethereum is you can use a centralized staking as a service provider. You can use Lido, you can use Binance, or you can use Coinbase. However, there are some risks with a centralized party holding your funds, and a lot of people want to stake in a decentralized way. So what Rocketpool is actually offering is it's allowing anybody to stake with their protocol, and it's allowing them to do it in a decentralized way. All you need is 0.01 ETH, and then you can start staking with Rocketpool. It's totally decentralized and it's totally permissionless. This is definitely a very good innovation, and it's very important for Ethereum. The way that Rocketpool works is there are two different parties. The first party is the individual stakers, and the second party is the node operators. We're going to start by talking about the individual stakers. Essentially, anybody can go onto Rocketpool's website, scroll down, and you'll see this page that says stake ETH. After that, you just need to follow a couple more steps and you'll be staking with Rocketpool in no time. As we can see, it requires 0.01 ETH to actually start staking. It's completely decentralized and it's non-custodial. The node operators do not have access to your funds, and this is controlled by a smart contract. If you decide to do this, you will earn roughly 4.77% on average over the next year, which is some pretty good returns given that we're expecting Ether to go up in value. Now, the next party to the network are the node operators. Essentially, to be a node operator, you need a little bit more technical skill and you need a little bit more money. Anybody with over 16 ETH can be a Rocketpool node operator. It's completely permissionless to join and anyone can do it. Now, if you decide to be a Rocketpool node operator, you will earn roughly 6.36%. And this is because you're going through all of the tasks of running a node and you earn a little bit of commission for doing this. You will also earn RPL rewards, and RPL is a completely separate token. However, we'll talk about what this means in a couple of slides. Now, as we can see, anybody can be a node operator. Coinbase could start operating their own Rocketpool node, or a hobbyist could do so. It basically requires over 16 ETH, and that's essentially it. You do need a little bit of technical know-how in order to operate a node. However, even doing this isn't actually too difficult. Essentially, when there are not enough node operators in the system, they'll start earning a bit more commission, which incentivizes more node operators to come. And if there are too many node operators, then the commission will go down, which incentivizes less node operators to come. This basically means that Rocketpool has an adequate amount of node operators at all time, and an incentives-based system is definitely required in order to maintain decentralization. Now, essentially what a node operator is going to need to do is they're also going to need to have some RPL. As I already said, RPL is a completely separate token, and what this token does is it's actually used for collateral. So if you want to run your own Rocketpool node, you're going to need to have 16 ETH and then 1.6 RPL. Now, what this means is it ensures that you behave well. If you start acting maliciously, your money will be slashed. You'll start losing RPL and you're not financially incentivized to do this. Of course, what this means is that all node operators should be acting well and operating correctly all of the time, which maintains decentralization, and this incentives-based structure is definitely something that I like. So, what happens is you put these two parties together. You have the node operators with 16 ETH, and then you have all of the individual stakers. Of course, what this is going to do is you will combine all of their ETH and it will make 32 ETH, and a normal validator node will run. This is called one mini pool. As we can see, there are 1,640 mini pools for Rocketpool, and this shows that a lot of individuals are pairing their ETH with node operators in order to stake in a decentralized way. What Rocketpool does is it does tokenized staking. This means that when you start staking your Ether, you will be given another token back called RETH. Of course, we know that many other staking as a service providers do this. Lido will give you a token called SDETH, and Binance also gives you a staking token. Let's use an example to illustrate what would happen. Essentially, let's say you want to stake 1 Ether. What you are going to do is you will go onto Rocketpool and you will click stake for that 1 Ether. Now, in return for this 1 Ether, you will receive another token. This token will be called RETH. Now, you're going to receive roughly 0.99 RETH. What will then happen is this RETH will appreciate in value over time, and in 1 year's time you will be able to redeem this RETH for more Ether. Since Rocketpool is giving you a yield of 4.77%, you're going to be able to redeem your 1 RETH for 1.0477 Ether in 1 year's time. So this shows you how you earn yield on your Ethereum and how it actually works. Of course, the reason that they've actually done this is it's a lot better for a few different things. It's a lot better for taxes, and this is because it means there's only going to be one taxable event. Of course, this is different across jurisdictions, and I don't want to give tax advice, so you should probably look into this a bit more yourself. However, this actually differs a lot from a lot of other staking tokens. Something like Lido's staking token rebases over time, so you just continue to get more SDETH over time. Of course, Rocketpool's staking token doesn't work. What happens is the RETH will grow in value over time, and you'll later be able to redeem it for more Ethereum. If you're confused about this concept, feel free to reach out to me in the Discord or do a comment down below. Now, the last thing that I briefly want to say about RETH is you'll be able to use it in decentralized finance. You'll be able to put up this token as collateral, you'll be able to use this token to earn even more interest on top of it, and do a whole bunch of fun stuff. If you want to see me do a video on what you can actually do with RETH, I might do one in the future, and comment down below. I now want to discuss the RPL token. Essentially, the RPL token is worth roughly $50, and it's the backbone of the Rocketpool ecosystem. Rocketpool simply wouldn't work without RPL. Essentially, the first thing that RPL is used for is it's used for governance. RPL is also used for incentivizing actors in the ecosystem, and RPL is also used as collateral. So these are the main use cases for RPL, and without RPL, Rocketpool wouldn't be able to function properly. So, let's talk about some of these use cases in a little bit more detail and how RPL actually maintains decentralization. Now, RPL is essentially used first and foremost for governance. What governance means is it means that anybody who is holding RPL is able to vote on the conditions in which Rocketpool operates by. So, Rocketpool is essentially a decentralized autonomous organization, and anybody who is holding its native token is able to run how Rocketpool works. So if you hold RPL, you can vote on RPL inflation, you can vote on RPL rewards, you can vote on RPL auctions, you can vote on nodes such as the minimum and the maximum stake, you can vote on the network, and you can vote on deposits. So if you hold RPL, you get to control how Rocketpool works, and of course there'll be hundreds of thousands of people holding RPL and hundreds of thousands of people democratically voting on how it should work. To understand the next use case for Rocketpool, we need to understand another DAO. Rocketpool essentially has an Oracle DAO. Now, the way this works is Rocketpool has two different types of nodes. The first type of node is the regular bonded nodes. These are the individuals that just stake 16 ETH and they try to run their own node. There is also another type of node called a Rocketpool Oracle node. And these Rocketpool Oracle nodes need to do a few different things. They need to do a couple of separate tasks. They need to maintain the mini pool validator balances, and they need to actually service these mini pools and do a couple of different confusing tasks. To be an Oracle node, you need to have a lot of technical experience, and you are rewarded for your work. Essentially, if you're being a Rocketpool Oracle node, you will earn 15% extra RPL every single year, and this comes from RPL inflation. So, essentially, RPL is used for a range of different things. It's used to incentivize the Oracle nodes and incentivize the regular bonded nodes. It's used for collateral in case somebody acts maliciously, and it's used for governance, showing it has a few different use cases. I personally don't invest in RPL, and I probably never will. However, it's definitely an interesting token. So, to conclude what Rocketpool is a decentralized staking protocol, and you can put up your Ethereum to stake in a decentralized way. You can either be a regular staker or you can be a Rocketpool node. It's your choice, and it depends if you can be bothered operating a node or if you can't. It also depends on how much money you have. Anyway, Rocketpool is definitely very, very cool, and I consider it an Ethereum-based public good that's doing lots of work in the ecosystem. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching the video.